Question number 2. Solve 5m plus 7 is equal to 17. So here also our motto is the same. We want to shift all the constants to the right hand side. So here in the first step, what we will do, we will move 7 to right hand side. So this side we will have 5m and this side you will have minus 7. So 17 minus 7. Now 5m is equal to 17 minus 7 is 10. Now in this side you have 5 into m. So let's move 5 to the right hand side. So this becomes 10 by 5. So 5 2s are 10. Therefore m is equal to 2. So this is the solution. So here this equation also let's try to see. 3p divided by 10 is equal to 6. So here first let us try to move this 10 to right hand side. So what will happen? Here it is divided by, so this side it would become multiplied by 10. So therefore you get 3p is equal to 60. Now this 3, the moment you shift it this side, it will become divided by, so it will be 60 divided by 3. So 3 into 20 is 60. So what do you get? You get p is equal to 20 as the solution for this equation. Question number 3. Solve 10p plus 10 is equal to 100. Here also first let's move the constants. So when you move 10 on the right hand side, it becomes 100 minus 10. So you can write it as 10p is equal to 90. Now when you want to shift this 10 to right hand side, what happens? Here it was multiplied by, so this side it will become divided by 10. So 10 nines are 90. Therefore p is equal to 9 is a solution of this equation. Question number 4. Solve 3s plus 12 is equal to 0. So in this case, in the first step, we will move this constant this side. So this becomes 3s is equal to 0 minus 12. And what would be 0 minus 12? 0 minus 12 would be minus 12. Now let's move 3 to right hand side. So therefore this becomes minus 12 divided by 3. So 3 4s are 12. Therefore s is equal to minus 4. Question number 5. 2q minus 6 is equal to 0. Similar here also, first we will move this 6 to right hand side. So this becomes 2q is equal to 0 plus 6. So we can write this as 2q is equal to 6, or we can say q is equal to 6 divided by 2. So 2 3s is 6. Therefore q is equal to 3 is a solution for this equation. Question number 6. Solve 7m plus 19 by 2 is equal to 13. So in this case, we will first shift the constant term, that is 19 by 2. Therefore, this becomes 7m is equal to 13 minus 19 by 2. So let us solve right hand side. So here we will take LCM, which would be 2. So 1 into 2, so 13 into 2 minus 19. So this is how we had learned subtraction of fractions, right? So we already know this. So 7m is equal to 26 minus 19 by 2. Or we can say that 7m is equal to 7 by 2. Now here it is 7 into m. So only m would be equal to 7 into 2 divided by 7. So this is nothing but 7 by 2 into 1 by 7. So 7 and 7 will cancel out. Therefore, m is equal to 1 by 2 is the solution for this equation. Question number 7. 3l by 2 is equal to 2 by 3. So let us first move this constant term to the right hand side. So what will happen? This is divided by 2. That's why when it comes this side, it will become multiplied by 2. So this implies 3l is equal to 4 by 3. Or we can say L is equal to 4 by 3 divided by 3. That is equal to 4 by 3 into 1 by 3. That is equal to 4 by 9. Therefore, L is equal to 4 by 9 is a solution for this equation. Question number 8. 3 minus 2 into 2 minus y is equal to 7. So in this case, which is the term that you will shift the first? That is nothing but this 3. So let us first move 3 to right hand side. So what will happen? It will become minus 2 into 2 minus y is equal to 7 minus 3. So this is nothing but minus 2 into 2 minus y is equal to 4. Right? So now here one very interesting thing that we will observe is the next thing that we are going to shift is this minus 2. Now how is this minus 2 present on the left hand side? Now this is something you need to understand. Now when we say minus 2 into 2 minus y, what does this mean? This basically means that minus 2 is a number which is getting multiplied to 2 minus y. So therefore, when this minus 2 shifts to the other side, what is going to happen? It is going to become divided by minus 2. Now, many a times students get confused. They feel that, okay, this side we have minus 2. So when this term goes to the other side, it will become plus 2. No, that's because whenever transposing is happening, there is reversal of the operation. So if a number is getting added on left hand side, in that case when it is transposed, the number gets subtracted on the right hand side. Similarly, if a number is getting multiplied on the right hand side, the number will get divided on the left hand side. So that is the tip that we follow. So in this case, this 2 is not getting subtracted from any number. Minus 2 basically is a negative number which is getting multiplied to another number. So basically the operation is multiplication. So this is a number. So minus 2 is a number as a whole, and here minus 2 is getting multiplied. Therefore, the moment it gets shifted to the other side, the number will remain minus 2, but this time it will get divided. So that's one important thing to understand so that you do not get confused. So in this case, we are going to shift minus 2 here. So what will happen? This side will be 2 minus y, and this side it would be 4 divided by minus 2. Now 4 divided by minus 2 is equal to minus 2. So now minus y is equal to minus 2. Now we will also shift this to this side. So this time the 2 is actually getting added to this number. So therefore when it comes to this side, it becomes minus 2. So therefore minus y is equal to minus 4. So both sides you have minus minus, which tells that y is equal to 4. Why did we write like this? That's because if you multiply minus 1 on both sides, what will happen? This side will become y, this side will become 4. So we can say that y is equal to 4 is a solution of this equation. Question number 9. 34 minus 5 into p minus 1 is equal to 4. So in this case also, first of all, we will shift this constant term. So it becomes minus 5 p minus 1 is equal to 4 minus 34. So this can be written as minus 5 into p minus 1 is equal to minus 30. Now this in turn can be written as p minus 1 is equal to minus 30 divided by minus 5. That's because here it was minus 5 into this term. So when minus 5 gets shifted to this side, it becomes divided by. So 5, 6 is a 30 and minus minus gives plus. Therefore, you get p minus 1 is equal to 6. Therefore, p is equal to 6 plus 1, which is equal to 7. Therefore, p is equal to 7 is a solution for this equation. Question number 10. 0 is equal to 16 plus 4 into m minus 6. So here also the same thing, we will have to bring all the variables on one side. So let us try to bring the variables on the left hand side and the constants on the right hand side. So how can we do that? Let's see how do we do that. So for now, let us first shift the constant. So let's bring the constant this side. So this becomes minus 16 is equal to 4 into m minus 6. Now, if you write minus 16 is equal to 4 into m minus 6, if you shift this, if you want, you can write the entire left hand side as right hand side and the entire right hand side as left hand side. Now this you can only do when you are taking the entire left hand side and writing it on the right hand side, and vice versa. So this can be written as 4 into m minus 6 is equal to minus 16 because they mean the same thing. right? So this, from here now we will shift the 4. So this becomes m minus 6 is equal to minus 16 divided by 4. So 4 4s is 16. So we get m minus 6 is equal to minus 4. Or you can say m is equal to minus 4 plus 6, which is equal to 2. Therefore, m is equal to 2 is a solution for this equation. So with this, we solved a couple of equations and we got an idea about how do we actually solve equations. Now the question is, here till now we were given equations and we were finding its solutions. Now do you think that it is possible to do it the other way around? That means if I give you solution for an equation and I ask you to find that equation, will you be able to do that? Sounds crazy, right? But yes, you can do that. Let's say that you are given an equation 3x minus 2 is equal to 4. So and I ask you to find the solution for this equation. So by now you already know how to find solution. So very quickly you will be able to find the solution for this equation. So how do you find the solution for this equation? Let us look at it in detail. So how do you find the solution? So 3x minus 2 is equal to 4. So first we will move 2 to right hand side. So this becomes 3x is equal to 4 plus 2. So you will say 3x is equal to 6. Therefore you can say x is equal to 6 divided by 3. 3 2 is 6. Therefore x is equal to 2 is a solution for this equation. So this is simple. Now let us say that if instead of giving the equation, if I give you the solution, so if I tell you that x is equal to 2 is a solution for an equation, find out that equation. So do you think that you will be able to find out that equation? It sounds weird, but actually you can. You actually can find out the equation for which x is equal to 2 is a solution. So let us see how do we do that. So let us assume that you are given a solution like this, x is equal to 3. So this is a solution that is given to you and I ask you to make equations out of it. Now basically you look at any solution. The solution itself is also an equation in a very simple form. Here also you have a left hand side, you have a right hand side, you have an equal sign. It is just that you have performed all the operations, therefore you do not see the plus, minus, multiply or divide. Otherwise, a solution in itself is also a very simplified version of an equation. Now let us say if you multiply 2 on both sides of this equation. So what do you get? You multiply 2 on both sides. So left hand side becomes 2x, right hand side becomes 6. So 2x is equal to 6. What is it? This is an equation. So we have arrived at an equation from a solution. Now let us say we add 3 on both sides. So once you add 3 on both sides, what happens? Left hand side becomes 2x plus 3, right hand side becomes 9. What is this? This is again an equation. Right? So 2x plus 3 is equal to 9 is also an equation. Now let us say that we add something else. Let's say we add 10 on both sides. What do you get? It becomes 2x plus 3 plus 10, that is 13, is equal to 19. What is this? This is also an equation, right? Now let's say that I multiply both sides by 3. So you multiply 3 on both sides. So what again do you get? It becomes 3 into 2x plus 13, and on the right hand side 3 into 19 is 57. And what is this? This is also nothing but an equation. You see, all of these satisfy the definition of equation, and that is why they are equations. Right? So what do we observe? We observe that if one solution is given, we can create multiple equations from that solution. Now not only these equations, let us say if we start from the beginning and if we now multiply both sides by 3. So what do we get? Instead of 2x equal to 6, we get 3x is equal to 9. Now let us say if you subtract 1 on both sides. So what do you get? You get 3x minus 1 is equal to 9 minus 1, that is 8. So for the same solution x is equal to 3, you also find an equation like this, 2x plus 3 equals to 9, and you also find an equation like this, that is 3x minus 1 is equal to 8. So basically the conclusion is that multiple equations can be created from one solution. So if you are given one equation, so if equation is given, you get only one solution for that equation. So basically the number of solutions for an equation is limited. But when the solution is given, how many equations can you make? You can actually make multiple equations. So for one equation you have a specific solution, but for one solution you have multiple equations. So that is one beautiful thing that we conclude from here. And I hope you also got to understand that how exactly do we create solutions. Exactly do we create equations from solutions. Here also we basically follow the same tip, that we perform our operations on both sides. We multiply by the same number on both sides, we add the same number on both sides, we subtract the same number of both sides, and that is how we obtain equations from solution. So try this out. Construct three equations starting with x is equal to minus 2. So this is the solution which is given. Now let's say you multiply by 2 on both sides. So when you multiply by 2 on both sides, the LHS becomes 2x and the RHS becomes minus 4. So 2x is equal to minus 4. This is one equation. Now let us say that you add 3 on both sides. So what happens? Left hand side becomes 2x plus 3 and right hand side becomes minus 4 plus 3. Therefore, this becomes 2x plus 3 is equal to minus 1. So this is also an equation. So let's say this is the second equation that we created for x is equal to minus 2. Now let's say that from this equation, that is 2x minus 4, after this we subtract 1 on both sides. So what do we get? We get 2x minus 1 is equal to minus 4 minus 1. That is 2x minus 1 is equal to minus 5. So this is yet another equation. Now if you want to verify, what you can do is you can try to find the solution for each of these three equations, and in all the cases you will find that their solution is x is equal to minus 2. So this is how we create equations from solutions.